All right, let's get into it. Today, we're putting on our detective hats. We're going to crack the code on company culture, and I'm going to show you exactly how to investigate a workplace before you even think about hitting apply.
You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. You're staring at a job posting, everything looks great on paper, but there's this little voice in your head asking, but is this place really for me? That's the mystery we are solving today.
So let's reframe this whole job hunt. You're not just an applicant anymore. Nope, you are the lead investigator on your own career. Think of this as your field guide, your playbook for sniffing out all the hidden clues so you can make a decision you feel great about.
Okay, so every investigation has to start somewhere. Our first stop is looking at the evidence the company gives us themselves. This is phase one, the inside job. It's kind of like reviewing a suspect's public statements. What are they telling the world, and more importantly, what might they be hiding in plain sight?
First, let's look for the good stuff, the green flags. On their website, are the employee testimonials specific and genuine, or do they sound like they were cooked up in an HR meeting? When you see a leader speak, do they sound like a real person? Do the team photos actually show some diversity? And this one's huge. Is the job description written in clear, plain English, or is it just a bunch of corporate buzzwords?
And speaking of buzzwords, look at this. This right here is a massive red flag. If you read a sentence like this and you have literally no idea what the company does, that's a clue. This kind of vague jargon usually hides a lack of clear direction, or even worse, a culture that's all about appearances and has zero substance.
All right, we've checked out the company's official story, but any good detective knows you can't stop there. Now it's time to gather some witness testimony. We're going to see what current and former employees, the people on the inside, are saying on review sites and social media. Glassdoor. It's an amazing tool for sure. You can get a really transparent look inside a company. But, and this is a big but, it's a total double-edged sword. It can be a trap if you don't know how to read the evidence with a critical eye.
So here's the key skill you need. Learn to spot a pattern versus a one-off rant. If you see like 5 different reviews from 5 different people all saying the work-life balance is terrible, okay, that's a pattern. That's a real clue. But one super emotional, angry review with nothing else to back it up, well, that could just be an isolated thing. Context is absolutely everything here.
Let's dig even deeper into how to analyze a review. When you're looking at the pros and cons, look for specifics. Great people is fine, but my team is super collaborative. We always brainstorm together on Fridays. Now that's a useful piece of intel. For leadership, are there consistent themes? Does everyone say the CEO is inspiring? And pay really close attention to that advice to management section. Is it constructive feedback, or does it sound more like a series of desperate warnings?
Okay, next up, we're going on a little social media stakeout. First, check out their LinkedIn. Do they actually celebrate their employees? You know, promotions, anniversaries, that kind of thing. Then, hop over to Instagram. Is it just polished ads, or do you get a real sense of the behind-the-scenes culture? And finally, take a look at their YouTube. Does the vibe in their videos actually match the values they talk about on their website?
And while you're on that stakeout, here are the red flags to watch for. If a company posts something and not a single employee likes or comments, that's a little weird, right? If their LinkedIn is super serious but their Instagram looks like a frat party, there's a disconnect. And if every single photo looks like a stock image, it probably means there's not much real substance there.
So, we've analyzed the company's story, we've gathered all the witness testimony, but now it's time for the final and maybe the most crucial piece of evidence, your own intuition. Every great detective knows you have to trust your gut.
We all have something I call a personal filter. It's your own unique lens that you see the world through. It's made up of your values, your goals, your feelings, all of it. This part of the investigation isn't about data or reviews. It's about alignment. It's about how an opportunity actually feels to you.
And hey, your personal filter can be made up of anything. For most of us, it's that gut feeling. After all this research, do you feel excited or just drained? But for some people, it's deeper. It might be about aligning with their life's purpose. For others, it could even be about things like numerology or astrology. Look, the point isn't what your filter is. The point is that you honor it, whatever it is that truly matters to you.
So, you've done it. You've gathered all the evidence, the company's story, the intel from others, and you've checked in with your own intuition. Now, it's time to put it all together and close the case. It's time to make your final verdict.
And I want you to remember this when you're making that choice. This isn't just about the next paycheck or a fancier title. This is about where you're going to invest your time, your energy, your creativity. It really is a legacy decision. So it deserves to be made with clarity and confidence, not just because you feel rushed.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. What's the biggest red flag that ever made you just slam your laptop shut or walk away from a job opportunity? Thinking about that is one of the best ways to sharpen your detective skills for the next investigation.